Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another music review. And in this one, we're doing an album from a band which, if you ask the average person on the street, generally, and ask them if they've ever heard of Marillion, they would turn around and most probably say, yeah, they were the band out of the 80s who did Lavender and Kaylee and had the singer called Fish, and they're Scottish, aren't they? You know, that type of reaction. But, and, unless you're a Marillion fan, they've been doing albums for years. In fact, the new singer, Steve Hogarth, has been in the band longer than Fish. So it's strange, isn't it? When, Anyway, the album we're going to do is the fourth album they released with Steve Hogarth. This came on the back of a concept album called Brave, which I should do a video for in the future. The reason why I chose this album is because it's one of them albums which me personally have overlooked throughout their back catalogue, but I put it on the other day and I thought, yeah, this is really, really good. I might do a video piece on this. So I started to delve into a little bit behind this album. So the album we're going to review is Marillion's Afraid of Sunlight. This is a thematic style of album. It's, the songs have got a running theme, and the whole album has got a running theme of the destructive nature, there's the lyrics, the destructive nature of fame. There you go. Now, with a lot of Marillion releases, they have done a lot of expanded versions. There's the back of a lot of expanded versions. Now, this album I bought actually, I think, on the day of release. Definitely. There's a bit of the back catalogue of Marillion. There you go. On the day of release, this was released in June 1995. I would have been... What would I have been in 1995? 60... I might have been 20. It's going back a bit, innit? So... let's go through it now. What else? What's it produced by? First off, it is produced by Dave Megan and Marillion. Not familiar with Dave Megan. Anyway, so this is kind of like an album about what fame can do to people, destructive-wise. So it starts off with a song. Starts off with a song called Gazpacho, which is a cold tomato soup, which is a strange name for a song, to be honest, but it's a really, really good song. The thing I like about Marillion is they have, the transitions in their songs. So kind of like it's kind of like seamless transitions in their songs when they're playing. They can have a hard part, a soft part, an acoustic part, and it seems to flow in all their songs. And their songs also have been very, very lyric heavy. I'll say lyric heavy in the fact is that the lyrics really are the star of the show in a lot of their songs. Fish was a fantastic lyricist. Steve Hogarth, the replacement to Fish, is a fantastic lyricist too. So it starts off with Gazpacho, and it's a nice, easy number for me. It's very melodic. It's a great. It's got a great chorus to it. And Mike Tyson and O.J. Simpson gets mentioned in the song as well. So it always, the first song of the album is always setting its mark of what is going to follow, if you know what I mean, throughout the album. And I really, really like it. It's a great song to start off with. And also this album, because they came back, this was the release after Brave, which was a very heavy conceptual piece. It was. I think the band themselves needed to do an album of shorter songs just to, get back into that frame of mind. I would say, it's like a reaction to. I was probably spending a lot of time in the studio doing a long conceptual album. They decided to really bash out, a collection of songs as opposed to a long, meandering storyline, if you know what I mean. So Gazpacho starts off, great song. Then we go on to Cannibal Surf Bay. Now, I think this, you know, on the surface, I find the song irritating, okay? But reading into the actual song itself, this song is about Brian Wilson. This was about his drug addiction, alcoholism, on the back of the release of Pet Sounds. I think Pet Sounds, he wasn't happy with Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, and he kind of descended into alcoholism and, got himself in a bad way. But the song itself, it's got, little nods towards the harmonics, what the Beach Boys used to use, and it's got little nods towards that type of era. And it's different, definitely different. Me, I'm not really a fan of it, but it's different from Marillion. And of course, with Marillion, progressive rock, there isn't no limit of their experimentation. They'll do something which, basically serves the song justice. So, yeah, Cannibal Surf Bay, not my favourite, but I know why it's like what it is. Then we get on to Beautiful. Now, Beautiful is beautiful. It is a beautiful song. One of my favourite songs on the album. It is glorious. It's just, this is a song, I think it reached, was it number 23, something like that. And it's a song which, for me, should have been a massive hit, but it wasn't. It's Marillion. It should have been a massive hit. It's a beautifully written song. You could say it's the single off the album. Definitely, it's really good. Then we get on to Afraid of Sunrise. Afraid of Sunrise is more of a laid back song. Nice sentiments in it. It's a very laid back. You could call it whimsical in a way. It's that type of thing, but it's a nice mellow song. Great lyrics from H. It's one of them songs where I'll listen to it, but I'll read the lyrics as he sings it to find out more about it. You know what I mean? It's a nice song, and then we go into my favourite song on the album, if one of my favourite Marillion songs of all time, Out of This World. Now, Out of This World is a song that actually inspired somebody. Well, the song is written about Donald Campbell, Bluebird, and it actually inspired somebody to go and actually look for it and to bring it up to the surface. And I can't remember the guy who actually brought Bluebird up, but he said in interviews that this song, Out of This World, actually inspired him to do it. Without him listening to this song, he wouldn't have done it. And there was a there's a great video of this song on YouTube, Out of This World, Marillion, where it shows Donald Campbell in its Bluebird, and it's fantastic. It's got a great crescendo. Out of This World. It starts off slow, but the song builds it up, and it's quite emotional ending. And when they did kind of like bring Bluebird up, I think Steve Hogarth was there when they did it. Obviously, it took years to kind of like put it together and everything. I think there's a legal wrangling now on who wants to keep the boat, whether they want to keep it at Coniston or this fellow in Newcastle who actually resurrected it wants to keep it. I'm not sure. Let us know in the comments about that. But Out of This World is a wonderful, wonderful song. It is absolutely wonderful. It just shows the power of music, doesn't it? When something like this happens, you know, a song inspires somebody to go all the way to the Lake District to look for the bluebird and bring it up. There you go. Next song is Afraid of Sunlight. Great song. The title track is fantastic. It's got a great chorus. Absolutely love it. For me, if I see Marillion, I hope they play it. It's a great live favourite for me. It's just a great crescendo of a song in a way. It's got a great sing-along chorus. It has got a great sing-along chorus. So then we go on to Beyond You, which is about Phil Spector, the guy responsible for some of absolutely ruining the Beatles' last album, Let It Be. And I think he had drug addictions, also alcoholism, and I think he got done for murder, didn't he? He's dead now, I think. Let us know in the comments what you think. I think he's dead now. Again, thought-provoking song. You know, very melodic, very kind of like it's actually recorded in mono as an ode to Phil Spector, I suppose. So, you know, again, it's taking on the theme of celebrity destructiveness. And the last song, King. King, I think King is about Kurt Cobain. It's about his suicide. It's more to do with Kurt Cobain in his suicide notes. It's inspired by his suicide notes. The last gig Kurt Cobain played with Nirvana in Europe was in Munich. And I think the following band, the first band to play at the said venue after Kurt Cobain flew back and shot himself in America, I think was Marillion. And I think that's where this song comes from. So overall, that finishes the album off. So overall, it's pretty kind of like heavy in theme, but there is some lovely songs, lovely songwriting in this, really nice songwriting in this, and for me, you know, getting back to the average man on the street, they must have never heard of this album, which is a shame, and that says a lot for a lot of Marillion's music. Me personally, I think Marillion should be a national treasure. They're not a Scottish band, you know. This lot are based in Berkshire. This lot get their fans to invest in their music. You know, when they make an album, if you invest in Marillion, they will, you know, record the album. So they're kind of like a cottage industry when it comes to recording music. So overall, this album is a great album. I just wish more people listen to some of the stuff on it. Where does it rate with the rest of the Marillion catalogue? It rates quite highly where I'm concerned. Especially Steve, you know, there's two Marillions. There's one with Fish and there's one with Steve Hogarth. The Steve Hogarth era of Marillion, where does this album rate? Very highly indeed in my book. So boys and girls, Marillion's Afraid of Sunlight, well worth listening to. Thank you very much for watching this one. Please subscribe and in the comments, and see all of you again on another one. Cheers everyone.